before anything else, make sure you hit that subscribe button and stay locked in. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Her manager rang me at exactly 2:13 in the morning, that strange hour when silence feels heavier than words and even the rhythm of your own breathing feels too loud. The number wasn't familiar, just a soft buzz of my phone trembling against a nightstand. Once again, her side of the bed was cold and untouched. I answered, drawing in a slow breath. The voice on the other end was male, steady, controlled, yet edged with something uneasy. "Are you her husband?" he asked. The pause before it felt deliberate, almost rehearsed. My grip tightened, but my tone stayed even. "Yes." Another pause followed, longer this time, as though he was calculating the cost of the next few words. Check social media. And just like that, the line went dead. No context, no apology, just the kind of caution someone offers when they know chaos is already lit, and they want no smoke on their hands. I unlocked my phone. Notifications poured in, one after another, like tiny hammers tapping inside my skull. And there it was, her post, her radiant smile, the one that used to be only for me, now angled toward a man I barely recognized. His arms sat far too comfortably around her waist, claiming space he didn't deserve. The caption sliced through me with surgical precision. My real partner. I didn't flinch. Shock is for the unprepared. Instead, I typed a simple reply. "Congratulations. The divorce papers are on the kitchen table." When I hit send, the air in the room felt colder. Or maybe that chill was just settling into my bones. The photo itself wasn't a betrayal. It was merely proof. The real damage had been creeping in for months, slow as a leak behind a wall. Late shifts, muted phones, sudden secrecy over passwords she once joked about. That unfamiliar perfume she swore came free from the office. The way she tensed whenever an unknown number flashed across my screen. They always project the guilty ones. I noticed it all. I just chose silence, not because I believed her, but because I wanted to see how bold she'd become. Denial is soft, almost kind. It wraps the truth in warmth until the moment the blade has to fall. And that picture ripped the illusion clean open. I studied the image carefully, the way she leaned towards him, the unnatural brightness in her eyes, his expression, like he'd already decided she belonged to him. And that call from her boss echoed again in my head. Why me? Why the guilt in his voice? Why the fear? The puzzle didn't solve itself, but the pieces finally began sliding closer to where they always belonged. When she came home hours later, I said nothing. No confrontation. No raised voices. I walked past her, ice cold and wordless. Her confusion filled the space between us, exactly as it should. Over the following days, I became invisible in my own life. I watched. I listened. I gathered everything. Call logs, timetables, screenshots she believed were wiped clean from her cloud. Her switch from perfume to plain, unscented soap, like sank to erase guilt. Outwardly calm, internally I traced every move she made. Every late return, every rushed departure, every coworker's name she avoided mentioning. There was a moment she called him reliable, her tone softening into something that didn't belong in our home. I found his details in the company directory, his role, his floor. And I noticed something curious. Her boss worked 2 levels above him, yet it was me he called, not the man involved. That detail stayed with me. I didn't rush. Speed belongs to emotion, and emotion blurs precision. Instead, I let her habits betray her. People like her live by patterns. Every evening she arrived rehearsed and polished. Busy day, client crisis, surprise meeting. Lies stacked neatly on lie, perfectly aligned. I left every single one untouched. Because the truth hits hardest when you let the liar construct their own collapse. The last move was quiet. A friend ran a discreet background check, cameras, entry logs, security timestamps. Every detail clicked into place. And strangely, the night all of it finally aligned, I slept more peacefully than I had in weeks. The evidence came in a slim envelope, clean and organized, every page marked and timed. I placed it beside her breakfast plate the next morning. No speech. No dramatic setup. Just reality, laid bare. She entered the kitchen looking tired, wearing that soft shirt she always chose when she wanted to seem innocent. Her eyes fell on the envelope. Fear flickered. Then stillness. She opened it. With each page, color drained from her face. Her so-called meetings. Her overtime shifts. Her team outings. All recorded. All undeniable. All pointing to one man. Her work husband. Her so-called real partner. She tried to speak, but my voice reached the air first. How long? No anger. No venom. Just a question sharp enough to cut clean. She crumbled. Tears. Trembling hands. Sentences breaking before they finished. I felt nothing. I observed her unravel the way a surgeon watches a monitor. Calm, detached, calculating the damage. She whispered his name. That alone said everything. I didn't yell. I didn't insult her. I didn't ask for reasons. Instead, I slid my phone across the table. Her boss's call record. His message after my comment. I warned you. HR already knows. He's not the only one about to face consequences. She read it twice, disbelief turning into pure dread. Then her eyes landed on the attached screenshot. An internal report citing her and the man from the photo, a formal complaint for violating workplace conduct. Disciplinary action looming. Her legs buckled. She stared at me as if I'd shattered her entire universe. You told him, she whispered. No, I replied quietly. I said he told me. She reached out. I stepped away. You created this, I said evenly. I just stopped pretending it wasn't happening. She fell into a chair, sobbing, pleading for forgiveness, for another chance. But chances are wasted on people who think you're foolish enough not to see the truth. I packed my things slowly, deliberately, room by room. She followed, arms wrapped around herself like she could hold reality together by force alone. When I reached the door, her voice broke once more. What am I supposed to do now? I looked at her one final time. Live with the choice you were proud enough to show the world. Then I left. No fury, no sorrow, only clarity. The kind that arrives after the storm passes, when you realize you were never the one sinking, just the one standing still while someone else went under. And the thought that remained with me was simple and sharp. Some truths don't liberate you. They liberate me.